Welcome back. This is Jeremy from Next Level Arborist, and I'm going to be pruning some ornamental olive trees here today to give you a quick demonstration on how to do olive trees perfectly. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoy this. Okay, first things you need a hand pruner, pole pruner, and a handsaw. All right. The homeowners asked me to prune these trees by 30 to 40%. So that's a little more than I like to do. So let's see how thinned out we can make them and not expose them to too much sunlight. All right. Made some pretty big cuts so far. Got a few more to go. All right, we're looking pretty good on the inside. Good structure, took out a lot of suckers. Actually, there wasn't that many suckers, which is a good sign that I didn't open it up too much last year to sunlight. So now I'm gonna switch over to the hand pruner and get some of the stuff on the outside, and then we'll clean up the top. By the way, the reason I'm doing that is because you want to structure prune whatever comes out so that you're not pruning something twice. So if you're wondering, how does he know what to cut here? Because there's so many options. So with olive trees, you have to be able to kind of visualize what it's going to look like after you cut a branch. So it's not easy, it takes experience. And I think olive trees are one of the most difficult trees to prune because of that. And there's so many little cuts to make. So yeah, you're selectively thinning, you're taking out crossing branches, and opening up some windows through the canopy to see the structure of the tree. So for example, if you have 3 branches growing in the same location, a lot of times you take out the middle one. Other times if you have 3 and 3, say they're crossing, then you might remove those 3. All right. Say you have a couple of significant branches like this coming out of a larger branch, and you have a small little sprout coming out between them. Those are kind of automatic too. I clean out those crotches, whether they're dead or alive, and it just gives a little more space and breathing room. This one's really reaching out for the sunlight, so we're going to bring him back in a little bit. Yeah, vertical sprouts have to come out too a lot of times. I'll let the landscape plants breathe a little bit too, so we'll separate them. On almost all my cuts, I'm cutting back to a live lateral. It's very important, just outside the branch bark collar.
Jeremy, hey.
Oh my gosh! How's it going?
Good.
How are you? Going for a walk?
Yeah, I'm just on my lunch break. So.
Walking the doggy.
Yeah, good.
Awesome.
Thank June.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's so
Small
funny.
world.
Yeah.
Small town.
Have a good day.
You too.
See you soon.
Thank you. That lower part's looking pretty good. On this side, got that upper half to do with the pole pruner. So I'm going to move you back around this side. All right, that bottom part's really starting to thin out. see to the other side of the road now. I got a little more to do in here, and then we're gonna do the top. Now, one challenge is that this tree is really symmetric. Some people want symmetry, some people want a very natural look. So I'm gonna get a little mixture, but yeah, we'll see how that turns out. We might have to give it symmetry. All right, so we're easily taking out 30% of this tree, which is good. What's super critical about that is this cannot be done in the springtime or even in the summertime. So we're going into fall right now. It's October 1, and it's gonna start getting colder and colder. And so this tree is pretty much done with its growth cycle for this year. And so we're not gonna get a lot of sunlight, sun suckering and problems. And it'll just grow nicely next spring. So they'll have an entire winter of a very beautiful tree. Yeah. So on the top, there's a lot of sprouts, just shooting up the top. Last year's growth. So a lot of those I'm not cutting back to a live lateral, because with olive trees they'll just grow from that point. But what you can see I'm doing too is I'm grabbing 2 or 3 of those little tops at a time and cutting all 3 at the same height, so that I don't have to bother with cutting every single one individually. Otherwise it would take forever. And you can see we kind of have a hole right through here. So we're gonna have to soften that up a little bit, but the purpose was intentional, so you can see the trunks of the tree, which when this is lit up at nighttime, it's amazing. You could also do this from a pruning ladder with a hand pruner, which is much easier, but I didn't bring my ladder. Never forget, pull your hangers. Very important. Never forget to pull your hangers. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm gonna climb up in here and I have to be really careful because the bark is super sensitive on olive trees. So you don't want to break any bark off or damage the bark. Diesel trucks. Oh my gosh. So noisy. I love diesel trucks. I've had 5 or 6. other side. Like I said, a lot of small cuts. Takes a long time. If you're a rookie at this, it can take you forever. So careful how you bid it. If you second guess yourself on what to cut, it takes twice as long. After a while, it just becomes mechanical. Bark's okay. Did have a little slip there if you saw that. Woo, getting better. Getting better. Check it out. Oh yeah, much better. We've still got a ways to go though. So you can see those tall ones on top, those need to come down. And we're gonna do a little more thinning up there, but not too much. Balance it out and be good. I'm gonna utilize their wall here a little bit. Now you're tired. It's the end of the day. You don't want to pull your hangers, but you got to pull your hangers. Okay? Don't be a wuss. Okay. You like it? You happy now? All right. Putting the finishing touches on this guy. I'm pretty happy with the way it's looking so far. We brought the top down 2 to 3 feet and thinned it out nice. You can see how much light's coming through the tree. It's looking great, but not too much light. All right, time to shake out the fingers. Clean up. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. A little more thinning to do up there high in the crown to match up with the bottom, but a lot of it's because you see branches kind of clustered behind each other, and that would make sense for it to be denser on the top. Looking good. It's hard to say, but that's a pretty big pile on the ground compared to our tree over here. But that's at least 30%. Maybe 40. Yeah, I'm gonna say 40.